Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here to talk about something that has held too many people back from greatness. It's something that sneaks into our minds, whispers doubts, and makes us sit when we should be standing. It's that voice that tells you tomorrow is a better day to start, that you have all the time in the world. But we don't. Time waits for no one, and we must break free from the chains of laziness if we are ever to become who we were meant to be. The first step is about getting clear on what you want. Too many people drift through life without direction, waiting for something to change by chance. Clarity is power. You need to see where you want to go. You need to have a vision that's so clear it pulls you out of bed when the alarm goes off. Don't aim for vague dreams. Aim for targets so specific they can't be missed. When you know exactly where you're headed, taking action no longer feels like a burden. It becomes a mission. Second, look around you. We live in a world filled with distractions. Social media, endless scrolling, TV shows that promise just one more episode. Every distraction is an invitation to stay exactly where you are. Cut them off. Identify what's pulling you away from your goals and remove it without mercy. Create a space for focus and watch how much easier it becomes to take action. Now, this next point is what separates dreamers from doers. It's called structure. Don't wait for motivation to hit you like lightning. That's a fantasy. What works is consistency. Set up a routine and make it non-negotiable. Decide when you'll work on your dreams and stick to it. A consistent routine will carry you through even on the days when your mind is trying to trick you into staying comfortable. You don't have to feel motivated every day. You just have to be disciplined. Next, pay attention to the people around you. If the people in your life are content with being stuck, their energy will infect you. But if you surround yourself with individuals who are constantly pushing, growing, and striving, their energy will lift you higher. You need people who challenge you, people who don't let you settle. There is power in a community that demands your best. Find those people and let them push you forward. Then there's the trap of perfection. So many people refuse to take action because they're waiting for the stars to align. I'll start when I feel ready, they say. I'll take that step when I have everything figured out. No, you won't, because perfection is an illusion. The only way to get better is by starting where you are, right now. Take imperfect action. Get it wrong, learn, adjust, but keep moving forward. Every step, no matter how small, creates momentum. And momentum is what turns mountains into molehills. Lastly, I want you to ask yourself a simple but powerful question. What happens if you don't change? Close your eyes and imagine a life where you stay exactly as you are. No growth, no progress, no new opportunities. Let that vision sink in. Now ask yourself, can you live with that? If the answer is no, use that feeling as fuel. Every time laziness whispers in your ear, remind yourself of what's at stake. You have too much potential to let life pass you by. It's time to step up. Time to take control. Laziness is not your destiny. Greatness is, but you have to choose it every day, every moment. And if you do, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So stand tall, take action, and don't stop until you've become everything you were meant to be. Let's get to work. If you want to overcome laziness, you must first know where you're headed. It all begins with having a clear picture of what you want out of life. Without clarity, you're like a ship without a destination, drifting wherever the wind takes you, reacting to the waves instead of charting your own course. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. Those are just wishes. What does success look like for you? What does happiness feel like? You have to define it, and define it down to the smallest detail. Once you've created that vision, the next step is breaking it down into pieces you can handle. The big dream is essential, It gives you purpose, but it's the small, achievable steps that will get you there. Imagine you want to run a marathon. You don't just wake up one morning and run 26 miles. You start with 1 mile, then 2, and you keep building. It's the same with any goal. Break it down into daily actions. Make them small enough that they don't feel overwhelming, but significant enough that they bring you closer to your destination. You also have to set timelines. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. If you don't give yourself a time frame, you'll keep putting it off until tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. Be specific about when you will complete each step. And here's the thing. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Some days you'll move faster than others, and that's okay. What matters is that you're moving. Clarity and structure create momentum. They take the guesswork out of the process. Instead of sitting around wondering what you should do next, you'll know exactly what step to take. And every time you take that step, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment. That sense of progress builds confidence, and with confidence, laziness doesn't stand a chance. Get clear, get specific, and then take action. One step at a time. Before you know it, you'll be standing in a place you once thought was just a dream. Distractions are everywhere. They come in many forms, some obvious, others so subtle you don't even notice them until they've already stolen hours of your day. One of the biggest reasons laziness takes hold is because the mind gravitates toward ease and comfort. It's far easier to scroll through social media, binge watch a show, or lose yourself in endless notifications than it is to take action on your goals. And if you don't take control of those distractions, they will control you. The first thing you need to do is identify what's pulling your attention away. Pay close attention to your habits. How often are you checking your phone when you should be working? How often do you say, just one more episode, when you know you have something important to do? Awareness is the first step to eliminating distractions. You can't fight what you don't see. Once you've identified the distractions, take action to remove them. If your phone is the culprit, turn off unnecessary notifications or put it in another room while you're working. Create boundaries that protect your focus. It might seem small, but every time you check your phone, you break your momentum, and momentum is the key to staying productive. Your environment also plays a huge role. If you're trying to work in a cluttered, chaotic space, your mind will reflect that chaos. Clear the space around you. Create an environment that invites focus and creativity. Make it a place where distractions have no room to exist. And if certain people in your life tend to pull you away from your goals, set boundaries with them too. You don't have to cut anyone out of your life entirely, but you do have to protect the time you've dedicated to your future. Another powerful tool is intentional time blocking. Decide when you're going to work on specific tasks and commit to that time. Treat it like an appointment you can't miss. During that time, eliminate every possible distraction. No social media, no unnecessary browsing, no interruptions. The more you train yourself to focus during these time blocks, the easier it will become to stay on track. But here's the truth. Eliminating distractions isn't about perfection. Life will always have interruptions, and you won't get it right every time. What matters is that you're aware of what's pulling you away and that you make a conscious effort to correct it. The more you practice, the stronger your focus will become. Distractions are the enemy of progress. They keep you stuck, stagnant, and frustrated. But with awareness, boundaries, and commitment, you can take back control. When you do, you'll find that the energy you once wasted is now being directed towards something that truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your greatness. One of the most powerful ways to overcome laziness is to establish a routine. Laziness thrives in uncertainty. When you don't have a plan, it's easy to fall into the trap of indecision, wondering what you should do, when you should do it, and whether you even feel like doing it at all. A solid routine removes that mental clutter and replaces it with structure and purpose. A routine is more than just a schedule. It's a commitment to yourself. It's about creating a daily rhythm that aligns with your goals and values. When you set a routine, you're telling yourself, this is what matters, and this is how I'll achieve it. And once that routine becomes second nature, laziness doesn't stand a chance. Start by determining what needs to be done each day to move you closer to your goals. Break your big objectives into smaller, actionable tasks. Then, decide when you'll tackle each one. The key here is to be realistic. Don't cram your day so full of tasks that it becomes overwhelming. Instead, focus on consistency. Even small actions, when done daily, lead to massive results over time. Morning routines are especially powerful. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Create a morning ritual that energizes you and sets you up for success. It might include exercise to boost your energy, journaling to clear your mind, or reviewing your goals to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Find what works for you and stick with it. Equally important is how you end your day. Take time in the evening to reflect on what you accomplished, what could have gone better, and what needs to be done tomorrow. Preparing for the next day reduces decision fatigue and allows you to hit the ground running. Once your routine is in place, you have to honor it. There will be days when you don't feel like following through, when the temptation to procrastinate feels almost unbearable. Those are the moments that matter most. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. The more you honor your commitments, the stronger your discipline will become. But it's also important to be flexible. Life will throw curveballs, and not every day will go according to plan. When disruptions happen, don't use them as an excuse to give up. Adjust, adapt, and keep moving forward. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Over time, your routine will become a habit. You won't have to think about what to do next. It'll be automatic. And once it's automatic, you'll realize just how much power you have to shape your life. Laziness won't have a foothold because your actions will be guided by discipline, not by fleeting feelings. So create that routine. Stick to it with unwavering determination and watch how your life transforms from stagnant to unstoppable. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, your energy, and your actions. If you're constantly around individuals who are content with staying in their comfort zones, it's easy to fall into the same pattern. Their energy will rub off on you, pulling you down into a state of complacency and laziness. But when you surround yourself with driven, motivated individuals, people who are constantly striving for more, you'll feel that same fire within yourself. Driven people have a different energy. They're the ones who push themselves, even when things get tough. They refuse to settle for good enough, and they're always looking for ways to grow and improve. When you're around them, you can't help but be inspired. Their dedication, focus, and work ethic become contagious. Just being in their presence can reignite your passion and remind you of what's possible. Start by identifying the people in your life who uplift you and challenge you to be better. These are the people who encourage you when you're struggling, but also hold you accountable when you're slacking. They won't let you settle for excuses because they know what you're capable of. Spend more time with these individuals. Whether it's in person, online, or through books and podcasts, immerse yourself in their mindset. At the same time, you may need to distance yourself from those who drain your energy or encourage bad habits. It's not about cutting people out of your life entirely. It's about creating boundaries. If certain people are constantly distracting you or reinforcing laziness, it's okay to limit the time you spend with them. Protect your focus and surround yourself with those who align with your goals. Also, seek out mentors, people who have already achieved what you're striving for. Learn from their experiences, their mistakes, and their victories. A good mentor will not only guide you, but will also push you to step out of your comfort zone and reach new heights. If you don't have access to driven people in your immediate circle, expand your network. Join groups, attend events, or participate in online communities that are focused on growth and achievement. Surrounding yourself with the right people doesn't have to be a passive process. You can actively seek out those who will challenge and inspire you. The truth is, we rise or fall to the level of those around us. If you want to overcome laziness and reach your full potential, you must choose your environment wisely. When you're surrounded by people who are hungry for success, you'll find yourself striving for more too. You'll push harder, stay focused longer, and refuse to settle for anything less than your best. And before you know it, the lazy version of yourself will be a distant memory, replaced by someone who is unstoppable. One of the biggest traps people fall into when trying to overcome laziness is the pursuit of perfection. They tell themselves, "I'll start when everything is just right," or "I'll take action once I know I won't fail." But that mindset is a recipe for inaction. Perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. And waiting for perfection will keep you stuck in the same place, day after day, month after month. Progress, on the other hand, is real. It's something you can control, no matter how small the step. When you focus on progress, you shift your mindset from all or nothing to something is better than nothing. Even the tiniest step forward is better than standing still. Each action, no matter how imperfect, moves you closer to your goal. And the more you move, the more momentum you build. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life because it turns effort into habit and habit into transformation. Think about it this way. If you're learning to swim, you don't wait until you have the perfect form to get in the water. You get in, splash around, make mistakes, and improve as you go. The same is true for any goal. You don't have to know everything before you start. You just have to start. Take the first step, then the next, and let the process teach you what you need to know along the way. Another benefit of focusing on progress is that it builds confidence. Every time you take action, you're proving to yourself that you're capable. You're showing yourself that you can follow through, even if it's not perfect. That confidence becomes fuel, making it easier to take the next step and the next after that. Over time, the fear of failure fades because you realize that mistakes are just part of the journey. They're lessons, not roadblocks. Embracing progress also means giving yourself permission to be human. There will be days when things don't go as planned. Maybe you miss a workout, slip up on a new habit, or don't finish a task on time. That's okay. The key is to get back on track as quickly as possible. Don't dwell on what went wrong. Instead, focus on what you can do next to move forward. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about resilience. When you focus on progress, you'll find that laziness has less of a grip on you. You won't feel paralyzed by the fear of doing things wrong or not being ready. You'll be too busy moving, learning, and growing, and before long, you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. All because you chose to prioritize action over perfection. So let go of the need to have everything figured out. Let go of the idea that you have to be flawless before you start. Just focus on doing a little more today than you did yesterday. Focus on showing up, taking action, and celebrating every bit of progress along the way. Because progress, not perfection, is what leads to lasting change. One of the most powerful ways to overcome laziness is to face the reality of what happens if you don't take action. Too often, people focus only on the short-term comfort of staying still, avoiding the hard work, the risk of failure, or the discomfort of stepping out of their comfort zone. But what they don't think about is the long-term cost of doing nothing. Every time you choose comfort over action, you're not just staying in the same place, you're moving further away from your potential. Imagine your life 5, 10, or even 20 years from now if nothing changes. Think about the dreams you've put on hold, the goals you've talked about but never pursued, and the potential opportunities you've missed because you stayed in a cycle of procrastination. Picture what your life looks like if you keep making excuses. Does that version of your life fill you with pride? Does it bring you joy, or does it fill you with regret? Regret is one of the heaviest burdens a person can carry. And the truth is, we rarely regret the things we tried, even if we didn't succeed. What we regret are the chances we didn't take, the times we let fear or laziness hold us back. Reminding yourself of that can be a powerful motivator. It's not meant to scare you into action, but to help you see what's truly at stake. Think about the relationships that could be impacted by your inaction. Maybe there are people who look up to you, people who are counting on you to show up and lead by example. What message are you sending to them if you choose to stay stuck? Every time you take action, you're not just changing your life, you're showing others what's possible. You're inspiring them to take action too. There's also your own sense of self-worth to consider. Every time you make a promise to yourself and break it, you're weakening your confidence. But every time you follow through, no matter how small the action, you're strengthening it. You're building trust in yourself, and that trust is essential for long-term success. To use the power of consequences effectively, get clear on your why. Why do you want to make this change? What's at risk if you don't? Write it down, visualize it, and remind yourself of it every day. Use it as a compass to guide your decisions. When laziness starts to creep in, let your why be the force that pulls you forward. You also need to recognize that time is not infinite. Every day you let slip by is a day you'll never get back. The time to take action is now, while you have the energy, the resources, and the opportunity to change your life. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to build momentum. Don't wait for a perfect tomorrow. Start today, because today is the only guarantee you have. So when you feel that urge to stay comfortable, remind yourself of the cost of staying the same. Visualize the life you want, and then visualize the life you'll have if you don't take action. Let that vision ignite a fire inside you, because the truth is, the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Choose wisely, choose action, choose progress, and watch your life transform. 6 ways to overcome laziness. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a battle we all face at some point in our lives. The battle against laziness. It creeps in when we least expect it, disguising itself as comfort, convincing us that it's easier to stay still than to move forward. But laziness is a thief. It robs us of time, opportunities, and the future we're meant to create. And today, I want to remind you that you have the power to overcome it. If you want to break free from the grip of laziness, you must start by setting clear and achievable goals. Know what you want and define it with crystal clear precision. Break that big vision into smaller, manageable steps and focus on one step at a time. Clarity creates momentum, and momentum makes action easier. When you know where you're headed and exactly how to get there, the excuses start to fade away. Distractions are another tool laziness uses to keep you stuck. In today's world, there are more distractions than ever: phones, social media, endless notifications. If you don't eliminate them, they'll control you. Identify what's pulling you away from your goals and set boundaries. Create an environment that supports your focus, not one that invites procrastination. Protect your time like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Next, create a routine and stick to it. Routines build discipline. They remove the guesswork from your day and replace it with structure. When you wake up every morning with a plan and follow through, action becomes automatic. You won't wait for motivation to strike. You'll take action because it's part of who you are. And even when life throws curveballs, you'll have the resilience to adjust and keep moving forward. Surround yourself with driven people. Energy is contagious. If you're constantly around people who settle for less, you'll be tempted to do the same. But when you surround yourself with people who push themselves, who dream big and act boldly, you'll feel inspired to rise to their level. Find mentors, friends, and communities that challenge you to be your best, and watch how your mindset transforms. Let go of the need for perfection. Too many people stay stuck because they're waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it will keep you paralyzed. Focus on progress instead. Take small, imperfect actions every day. Every step forward builds momentum and confidence, and every mistake is just a lesson, not a failure. Finally, remind yourself of the consequences of inaction. Think about what happens if you don't take action. Picture the life you'll have if you stay in the same place, filled with missed opportunities and regret. And then, visualize the life you want. Let that vision drive you. Remember, the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. So what will you choose? Will you let laziness dictate your future, or will you take control? The choice is yours. Today is the day to step out of comfort and into purpose. Take action, take control, and create the life you were meant to live, because you are capable of more than you know. The future is waiting, but it won't wait forever. Seize it now and watch how your life transforms.